The Diddy scandal has just taken a chilling new turn, and it's one that's sure to shake Hollywood to its core. Allegations have emerged suggesting that Diddy may have been involved in something far darker than anyone could have imagined, poisoning those who knew too much about him. And now, new revelations are linking him to the mysterious deaths of two iconic women, Brittany Murphy and Kim Porter. The eerie similarities between their deaths, both ruled as pneumonia at young ages, are fueling wild speculation, leaving fans wondering, is there more to these tragic stories than meets the eye? Could Diddy be connected to a series of untold secrets? And are these women victims of something much more sinister than just bad luck? Stick with us as we dive into this disturbing tale and uncover the shocking truths that have been hidden for far too long. For years, whispers have surrounded Diddy and his alleged involvement in some of Hollywood's darkest secrets. From the infamous unsolved murders of Tupac and Biggie to rumors about his underhanded dealings and manipulative actions, Diddy's name has been linked to a host of shady claims. But none of the rumors have been as chilling as the ones surrounding the mysterious death of actress Brittany Murphy.
Actress Brittany Murphy died today at a hospital in Los Angeles. Murphy appeared in Sin City, Clueless, and 8 Mile among her 30 films.
At first, Brittany's death in 2009 seemed like a tragic but straightforward case of pneumonia and anemia, with some over-the-counter medications found in her system. On the surface, the story seemed tragic but ultimately innocent. But then, a darker theory emerged, the mold theory, where some suggested that toxic mold in her Hollywood Hills home could have played a role in her untimely demise. It seemed plausible at first, but the theory was quickly debunked when investigators found no trace of mold in her home. With that explanation out of the picture, people began to ask, what was really going on? Brittany's father, Angelo Bertolotti, was one of the first to reject the official narrative. He couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister was at play. After Brittany's death, he hired a private investigator to dig deeper into the circumstances surrounding her passing.
Mr. Bertolotti, why do you believe that? Why do you think that she was poisoned?
Well, it's very suspicious, and I read the reports on the toxicology reports, and everything sounds very, very, very more or less suspicious. And I feel she was poisoned. There's no question about that. And I feel she was murdered.
What they uncovered was deeply troubling, signs of heavy metal poisoning. And here's where it gets even more chilling. The heavy metals found in Brittany's system were the exact same type of poisons often used in rat poison or insecticides. But what made this discovery even more unsettling was the fact that these same heavy metals were linked to the death of Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, who also passed away at a young age under mysterious circumstances. This is where the dots begin to connect in a way that cannot be ignored. Both women had similar symptoms, pneumonia, anemia, and both were linked to Diddy in some way. Kim Porter had been Diddy's longtime partner and mother of his children, while Brittany Murphy had close ties to Diddy through his infamous Hollywood circles. Could this be more than just a series of unfortunate, unrelated events? Could these two women have been victims of a far more sinister scheme? The more you dig into Brittany's life and death, the more disturbing the details become. Brittany had reportedly been telling her friends and family that she felt someone was trying to harm her. Before her death, she confided in those closest to her, saying she feared she was being slowly poisoned. And this wasn't just paranoia. There were concrete signs that Brittany was living in constant fear. Her house had CCTV cameras and fingerprint recognition locks, clear indications that she felt someone was watching her. At the same time, Kim Porter was allegedly confiding in her friends that she, too, was afraid for her life. Could it be possible that both women were slowly poisoned, and their deaths were not just tragic, but part of something much darker? Things get even murkier when you consider the fact that just months after Brittany's death, her husband, Simon Monjack, passed away in almost exactly the same way. He, too, died of pneumonia and anemia. How could it be that two people so close to each other, living under the same roof, could die in such a strange and eerily similar way? These similarities are too hard to ignore, and as the details of their deaths unfold, it only deepens the mystery. This new information has reignited people's suspicions about the official cause of Britney's death. Could the connection between Diddy, Kim Porter, and Brittany Murphy be more than just coincidence? The unanswered questions surrounding Britney's death now seem all the more troubling when we consider that the authorities may have missed the true cause: heavy metal poisoning, while initially dismissing Britney's fears of being poisoned. How could they overlook these warning signs? And why didn't the initial autopsy uncover the heavy metals that were later found in her hair by an independent lab? As more and more layers of this story unfold, the shocking possibility of a cover-up begins to emerge. Was there a deliberate effort to silence those who knew too much about Diddy's connections? Was Brittany Murphy one of the people who got too close to dark secrets? Secrets that may have led to her tragic and untimely death. The more we dig into the timeline of these events, the more the pieces of this puzzle seem to fit together in a way that suggests something far more sinister than we could have ever imagined. As if the mystery surrounding Brittany Murphy's death wasn't already dark enough, new details about her connection to actor Ashton Kutcher are only adding fuel to the fire. We all know Ashton and Diddy have been close friends for years, sharing not only a strong personal bond, but also ties to some of Hollywood's most infamous parties. But it's Britney's link to both men that has turned this web of intrigue into something truly disturbing. It all starts with the fact that Ashton and Britney were once romantically involved, dating briefly in the early 2000s. The two met on the set of Just Married, and their whirlwind relationship seemed like the stuff of classic Hollywood tales. But their romance was short-lived, lasting only 5 months before they went their separate ways. According to some rumors, the breakup was messy, with whispers that Ashton may have been unfaithful to Britney, allegedly cheating on her with none other than Demi Moore, who would later become his wife. The timing of this, however, was highly suspicious. Just after Britney and Ashton parted ways, he quickly went public with Demi, sparking even more speculation about what had really gone down behind closed doors. But it's not just their relationship that's raising eyebrows, it's Ashton's sudden silence after Britney's tragic death in 2009. Ashton had been one of Britney's closest friends, yet after her passing, he went eerily quiet about her. No public tributes, no heartfelt messages. Fans began to wonder why a man who was once so close to Britney had so little to say about her death. Was he grieving privately, or was there something more sinister at play? Ashton's silence spoke volumes, and many began to suspect that perhaps he knew something that the public wasn't ready to hear. The plot thickens when we take a closer look at Ashton's connections to Diddy and the notorious freak-off parties that Diddy was allegedly known for. These parties, which are said to be filled with disturbing activities and influential Hollywood figures, are where Ashton and Diddy are said to have mingled with the elite. And the rumors surrounding these gatherings are not pretty. According to some sources, Britney had entered these circles through her connection to Ashton, who was one of the few people who could have introduced her to Diddy's world. Could it be that, like Kim Porter before her, Britney discovered disturbing secrets about these high-profile parties? Secrets that might have made her a target? Adding another layer to this already complicated web of connections, there are even rumors that Britney may have uncovered something incredibly dangerous. Anonymous sources have allegedly contacted law enforcement, claiming that Britney learned about Diddy's disturbing rituals at these parties. Rituals said to involve powerful figures in Hollywood engaging in secretive and nefarious practices. And as if things weren't eerie enough, it's rumored that Britney's suspicions about Ashton's connection to Diddy's activities may have put her in grave danger. Even more chilling, celebrity medium Sloan Bella has publicly claimed that Diddy and other powerful Hollywood figures were involved in bizarre energy harvesting rituals. According to Bella, these rituals often involved younger people, and some suggest that Kim Porter may have been preparing to expose these dark secrets in a tell-all book before her untimely death. Could Britney have known too much about these rituals and the dangerous activities surrounding them? The idea that Britney might have stumbled upon this dark side of Hollywood only adds to the suspicion and fear surrounding her death. And then there's the fact that, after Britney's passing, Ashton seemed to distance himself not just from her, but from any connection to Diddy's parties and the secrets they allegedly held. Could it be that Ashton knew too much himself, or perhaps he was involved in something bigger than anyone realized? These troubling rumors, combined with the shadowy connections between Diddy, Ashton, and Britney, have led many to believe that there's a much darker story behind Britney's tragic death than we've been led to believe. As the investigation into Brittany Murphy's sudden and tragic death continues to unfold, another layer of mystery emerges: her growing paranoia in the months leading up to her passing. In the days and weeks before she died, Britney reportedly confided in friends and family, expressing her deep fear that someone was out to get her. But this wasn't just a passing concern. Britney's behavior became increasingly erratic, and her paranoia seemed to grow stronger by the day. Friends close to her recall her openly voicing the fear that she was being poisoned. Yes, you heard that right. Britney believed that someone, or perhaps something, was slowly killing her. This revelation sends chills down the spine, especially when considering the circumstances surrounding her death. The cause of death was officially ruled as pneumonia and anemia, with multiple substances in her system. But the more people dug into the details, the more it became apparent that the official story didn't quite add up. Britney had been telling anyone who would listen that she was being poisoned, but was anyone listening? Could these fears have been rooted in something real? Or were they the result of a mental breakdown? What if the paranoia wasn't unfounded, and in fact there were people actively plotting to harm her? In Brittany Murphy's case, the controversy surrounding her death has also sparked theories about those who may have wanted her gone. Was she a threat to certain people? And did she know too much about the darker side of Hollywood? Investigators have suggested that her sudden decline in health and the mysterious circumstances of her passing point to more than just a tragic overdose or a natural cause. There are even reports that Britney was in the process of revealing explosive information about some of Hollywood's most famous figures, which could have led to a massive scandal. In this environment, where celebrities are not only public figures but also private commodities, it's not entirely far-fetched to believe that some might have gone to extreme lengths to keep such information from ever surfacing. Perhaps the most unsettling aspect of this story is the possibility that both Kim and Britney were victims of a larger system, one in which their deaths served as a warning to others who might dare to expose the darkness of the entertainment industry. In a world where power and influence are often used to silence those who speak out, it's not beyond the realm of possibility that these women, who were once on the brink of breaking free from the constraints of their fame, paid the ultimate price.